So recently, Triple H said to Triple H, no, I'm kidding, that he said that we, the fans, shouldn't ask questions. We shouldn't say things like how long is it going to be, how long is it going to last there, what are they doing with this person. I get what he's talking about, how we should sometimes be like just watching and be entertained by it. I get what he's saying sometimes because a lot of the times people just want to know things to spoil it and ruin it for themselves or to ruin it for other people. They want to know the answers to everything real quick, real fast because this is the entitled instant gratification society that we live in right now. We want everything right now, we want the answers, and we want something else. That's how everyone thinks nowadays for the most part. But there is an issue when it comes to professional wrestling in general. I thought about this long and hard before I started making this video. It's extremely difficult for any company to please most of the fans all the time. Back in the 90s and back before the advent of social media, you took what you got and then you just enjoyed it and then you waited until the next week there and you moved on from there. What you did back in the 90s is you watched a show with the commercial breaks and all, and you sacrificed either watching Nitro or watching Raw, and then it sucks, but you can't really go back and watch a 3 hour, 2 hour show another part of the week there. Sometimes you might get lucky and you'll see a repeat of Raw on Friday or whatever, Friday or Thursday, late night, like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. You might get lucky. Other times there, you'll be hoping and praying Saturday morning during the kids block, you'll get a recap of what happened on Raw in case you missed it. The kids friendly version of Raw during their Attitude Era. Yeah, that's great, right? Now with the entitled society, we get everything at any time we want. NXT comes on at 8 o'clock. You can watch it at 2 a.m. if you feel like it. AEW comes on at 10 p.m. You can watch it 5 p.m. the next day if you feel like it. Anytime you want there in its entirety. No commercial breaks. Skip the matches that you don't want to see. Skip the storylines you don't want to see. Yeah, everything. You get to have it in any way you want. And that's the way it is nowadays. Is it better or worse? Better for fans? It's up in the air for that particular question. You know why? Because yes, we get everything we want, but we don't appreciate anything anymore. We don't appreciate like a lot of the good long storytelling because we just skip to right what we want. We don't get invested into new things because we skip anything that could possibly be anything interesting. We just skip it. Most of the part with people like myself there who's watching wrestling for a long time, I just know like who to waste my time on and who not to. But I understand what he's saying when it comes to fans should just sit back and watch. At the same time, that statement makes people believe that he himself is entitled as well. Just sit back, watch, and shut up. I know what he wants to say, which he just did actually. I'm telling you right now. But I think a more PR version of what he should say is that your patience will pay off if you wait. But he said sit back and shut up essentially. Just sit back and watch. But the problem overall with that statement is that things change on a dime so fast, especially in WWE, where people can get fired at a moment's notice. Someone can get injured at a moment's notice. Some kind of scandal can happen. You never, as a wrestling company, especially in WWE, you never really know who can be trusted to have the ball and run with it. You don't know what can happen to the next time. You don't know. Especially live on Raw. They start and stop pushes all the time over there in the company. So it's really difficult for us, the people, the fans, to accept long-term storytelling when things happen so quickly. There was a big dude, kind of agile, who came out of nowhere. He came out of nowhere, and he got injured the second time he was in the ring. And that was what, 5 months ago. I don't remember his name because I never saw him before, but he had the rocket strap to his back. But then the gas came out really quickly, and he fell down to the earth. So he injured his leg, catching somebody, and we never heard of him ever again. So that's the problem with WWE. We the fans can't trust long-term storytelling because many things can happen to stop the storytelling. One person gets fired, one person gets injured, one person goes to jail, one person gets suspended for some reason, like a wellness policy. So many things can happen. It's hard to actually invest. Like I said before, back in the 90s, they taped a lot of things all at once. They taped like months worth of stuff in one particular episode. So everybody's there, everybody's healthy, everything's all good there. So at the time, we the fans can invest in those characters. We didn't, we didn't pigeonhole it by, talking about booking and injury angles and shit like that. We didn't think about that because the way wrestling was the way it was supposed to be. Angles happen. You get like 4 weeks, maybe 6 weeks of angles in like in like a month or two. And we invest in those characters because we like where it's going, and there's going to be an end game either at a SummerSlam or a WrestleMania or whatever. There's an end game for it, and then they go to the next person. There's some storyline or angle there on a barbershop or segment or whatever, and create something new. Rarely, if ever, did someone get replaced in the middle, or just it doesn't happen it doesn't happen out of nowhere. A person doesn't disappear out of nowhere. Rarely does that ever happen back in the day. But today, else to black. It just happened. Braun Strowman, it just happened. He was in the main event. Now he's not. He started an angle with Big E. Now he's gone from the company. You never can truly invest. Keith Lee was, doing big things on the roster. Then he magically disappeared. Mia Yim was part of Retribution. She was supposed to debut on SmackDown, but they kept delaying it over and over again for like months, and no one knows if anything was going to happen with her. So, yeah. One can't trust WWE's booking and their angles because people keep on going away. Impact, more or less, you can trust. Ring of Honor, you can trust, etc., etc. But WWE, they are the worst place to actually trust storylines. In a place that's supposed to be storyline centric, we make movies, pal. You can't trust that particular place when it comes to getting their actors in place, their writing to be consistent. You can't trust anything in that company. So, with fans abandoning the product, can WWE blame them? But it doesn't matter, because WWE found a way to make money by cutting people and by making money off eyeballs watching their product consistently. Luckily for them, they don't need fans in the arenas. But they want them there for a certain reason, which I won't say. So that's it for now. Clack off.